Fears to Fathom is a series of horror game based off real-life stories. Each entry covers a different story. The first game was about a young teenager being home alone. The second one was a woman needing to spend the night at a motel because her car broke down. The third game? Well, that's the one I'm covering today. But as I'm making this video, there's already a fourth game that I plan on covering in the future, and I believe a fifth one is on the way. The gameplay for this game is pretty simple. You walk around, interact with your surroundings, and pick between a few different dialogue options to progress the story. Nothing too complicated. Not like the game needs to be anyway. They are more like story focused than gameplay, and this is what works for me with this type of game. But enough with this intro. Let's dive into Fears to Fathom 3, Carson's house. The beginning of the game is just text putting into context the premise of the story. Noah, a young 18-year-old, was tasked by his father to outfit the house of a guy named Carson. He's the COO of a big media company in the area. And since Noah didn't have any other plans for the weekend, took the job. The game then transitioned to a laundromat. We were just standing there, not too sure why. But I did a quick tour of the place and there wasn't much to do. The front door doesn't open, but the employees only one does. I remember thinking, maybe I work here and I'm just at the end of my shift. So I went through the door just to find more washing machines. And the more I progressed, the weirder things got. I talked to a man, but it quickly turned to an aggressive conversation. And that's when Noah wakes up from his dream. He's in the backseat of his dad's car. They just arrived at Carson's house. Right away I got distracted and started looking around the neighborhood, missing the instruction of where the key of the house is hidden. So it took a while before I got inside the house. But once I got inside, I had to pee. But then Mr. Carson started texting me a few things to do, like feeding the dog, check his security system, and there's also a grocery list I have to get, so while I was checking the security system, I played a small game on the computer that is to guess the flag of the countries. It took me a few tries, but I got the achievement of getting 7 flags out of 7. And shortly after I got the reader achievement for reading the text messages. Speaking of which, Noah has been texting his girlfriend this entire time. It's not exactly an important detail, but it gives a bit more context for the ending of this story. Anyway, I eventually had to go out to buy some grocery. Took a bag and rode it to the store. Now I had to try. I had to get the bag inside the store. It was really awkward and the physics don't work with you here. But I did it. And I got the third achievement. Okay, I cannot tell you how much I've struggled with this task. Looking for everything on the list was painful, and trying to pay for it was just another challenge in itself. In the process of getting everything though, I helped an old woman to get a mustard, unlocking the Before Last achievement for this game, and met with 2 friends. They invited me to watch a movie, but told them I wasn't out setting duty so I couldn't. Back to the house. I grabbed the grocery in the kitchen and went back upstairs to do some homework. Well, I actually spent a lot of time searching where I was supposed to do my homework because of my amazing ability to pay attention. So after a while, the doorbell rang and it was Mr. Carson that ordered some pizza for me. And so I watched a TV show with my girlfriend while eating pizza. After some time, I went back upstairs and the front door camera spotted some movement. It seems like someone left something on the porch. I checked the other cameras if I could spot something, but couldn't see shit. I went back downstairs, looked through the windows, but again, nothing. At some point I had to open the door, and I found a bouquet of flowers. It's quite odd, but maybe Carson was a secret fan or something? Well, to be frank, I'll skip over that detail, but Carson's currently going through a divorce. Also, his public image isn't so great. So it could be his soon ex to be wife or hater. I don't know, needless to say it was a little bit creepy. But I went back to my studies. This time, however, the power went out. It is a bit stormy outside, so maybe it's a power outage for the entire city block? Nope. Just Carson's house. Great. I had to go outside and power back the generator. Now I'm really creeped out. But for some reasons, I went back to my studies. Yeah, there wasn't much else to do, really. Well, it didn't take too long for me to hear a knife sound. And I shit you not, I was spamming every button on my keyboard just to get me out of study cooldown. That sound legit made me go fight or flight in real life. Like, no kidding. I was stressing out for real. But I had to get the story going. I gathered all my courage and went downstairs. I quickly noticed that the oven was turned on. And without thinking much, I tried to turn it off. Ah! That was my legit reaction. I cannot express how tense I was. I had to take a break after that. When I came back, I had to redo everything from the power generator. But this time, instead of rushing downstairs, I checked the cameras. And I spotted a silhouette outside. I checked the kitchen again, and this time I was safe. Turned off the oven. But this time, Noah thinks it's one of his friends that is messing with him. So he texted them, but they deny any involvement with this. Went back to the cameras, and this time, we see someone walking up the stairs. She's checking every door, and we're in the last one. I monitored the movement until she reached my door. And I tried to leave the computer menu, but I guess it backed out the game, because I couldn't do anything. Well, time to reload again, I guess. Did everything again, but this time, I just let her talk. Turns out that she's Noah's ex-girlfriend, and she wants him back. But he doesn't want to. He's taken. And he also don't really like her anymore, so, that doesn't help her case. Anyway, she gets super mad, and now we have to hide. This segment comes back in every game. But when you have to hide, you have to literally make no noises. Because the game picks up your mic, and if you get jump scared or if the killer hears you, you're just screwed. Well, this isn't what killed me here. I guess I waited too long because one of my friends texted me and she heard the buzzing sound, so she rushed at me again and cut me off from life support. Well, back to generator again, and okay, this time I ran out of the room, made it downstairs, and the game faded to black. And got my last achievement. I survived the night. The ending gives you more context of what happened that night. The ex-girlfriend got caught, she was under influence, and as far as I'm aware, there wasn't any more problem with Noah and her afterwards, so my session with this game was about 2 hours long, and honestly, in this 2 hours, this game made me feel threatened for real. Like, got me scared for real. Something that some longer horror games couldn't even pull off, honestly. And for that alone, I applaud you, Rail. What an amazing experience you created. Hey guys, Lulu here. As always, thank you for watching. I know I haven't been posting as much lately, but I got busy again with speedrunning Tears of the Kingdom. If you're interested in watching this type of content, I stream every Monday and Friday on my speedrunning channels. Anyway, I gotta go. It's getting late. Like and subscribe. Love y'all. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye!